Hey everyone, this is going to be the second part of my Game of Thrones leaked scenes video. If you haven't seen part 1, go check it out, the link is in the description. So careful for spoilers, and let's get started. Euron will pledge his Iron Fleet to Cersei, presumably offering a similar deal to the one he intended to offer Daenerys, before his niece and nephew got ahead of him. And to prove his worth, he'll attack them and the Dornish at sea. Euron and his men will destroy Yara's fleet during a sea battle. He takes her prisoner and kills 2 of the Sand Snakes and imprisons Ellaria. The leaked photos from the set confirm that Yara and Ellaria will be paraded through the streets of King's Landing and mocked by the common people. And he makes Ellaria watch as Tyrion Sand dies a slow death from poison, as a payback from Cersei for her daughter. Euron also brags every time when he meets Cersei, suggesting to her that he'd make a great husband. If you're wondering what happened to Theon during the sea battle, he narrowly escapes. He abandons his sister. He literally jumps overboard when Euron has a knife to Yara's neck. He's rescued by some of the Ironborn, apparently Harag Sharp, but they've finally lost all respect for him. He's a shell again for most of the season. I guess this scene makes sense because if Theon got caught again, his storyline would be boring and redundant. After all, he's been through some rough stuff, so I'm happy that he escapes. Theon does have a small reunion scene with Jon, who says that what he did for Sansa is the only reason he's alive. Bran crosses the wall in the first episode. He reportedly meets Ed, the new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. But Mira and Bran won't reach Winterfell until episode 3. Arya arrives in episode 4, and also she reportedly encounters Nymeria on her way to Winterfell. Sansa wants to give the lands of those who betrayed Jon to those who supported him. But in the first episode, he refuses to hold the children of the Karstark and Umber families responsible for the actions of their fathers. This doesn't please Lyanna Mormont and Sansa, but Jon simply tells her to deal with it. However, he leaves Winterfell in episode 2 to go to Dragonstone after being summoned by Dany. Sansa is not happy about this, but chills when he names her as Lady of Winterfell and in charge. At the end of episode 1, Dany and her fleet land at Dragonstone. Nobody says anything. She walks up the steps to the keep, and we follow her through the building until she reaches Stannis' old war room. She looks out the window at the land ahead that used to belong to her family. She picks up one of the chest-like pieces on the table and looks at Tyrion, who has followed her up. She says one line, "Shall we begin?" End of episode. Dany gets a bit determined now that she sets foot in Westeros, which worries Varys and Tyrion, who have been hoping she isn't as mad as her father. She torches a few lords to send a message. This includes Sam's father Randall Tarly and Sam's brother Dickon Tarly. Dany gets excited when she hears about Jon from Tyrion because he described him as a boy, but even he is surprised that the young man he met at Winterfell is now king in the north.
A bastard boy with nothing to inherit.
When she sees Jon, she's surprised how young he is. She hasn't heard about his resurrection though, and Davos tries to mention it, but Jon dismisses it, and he doesn't want to discuss it. The next scene, Dany assures Jon to fight against the Night's King and the army of the dead. "The dragons are my children, the only children I'll ever have. Do you understand that?" Daenerys raises her eye and looks directly at Jon. He nods. "We're going to destroy this Night's King and his army of dead men. We'll do it together. You have my word." Jon thanks her, and he reportedly swears to give up his title to the King of the North. Tyrion stands before his sister. Cersei regards him but does not speak. Tyrion sits down. "Cersei, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. She's very much your sort of woman, a foreign whore who doesn't know her place. Tyrion replies, a foreign whore you can't abduct, beat, or intimidate. That must be very difficult for you. Cersei, and so you brought her here with her pet northerner, who she convinced to bow down? Tyrion said, I did not know about that. Cersei, and now you are both committed to destroy our family. You've been working for that your whole life. Tyrion, I'm the one preventing that from happening. Daenerys didn't want peace and to negotiate. She didn't want to bring me your words. She wanted to bring you fire and blood until I advised her otherwise. If I'm so committed to destroying my family, then why are you still here? It's a story you've been telling yourself since I was born, but it's not true. I don't want to destroy our family. I never have. Sam has been doing General Dog's body work in Old Town, but he decides in episode 5 he's had enough and leaves for Winterfell with Gilly and Little Sam. As you can see, Little Sam has grown up a bit. Gilly is actually the one who discovers the record of nullification of first marriage and the action of the second, in the journals of a maester who kept accurate records. The fact that Sam leaving for Winterfell is probably to directly tell Jon about his true heritage. If you're wondering how Sam knows about Jon being Lord of Winterfell, well, it's the duty of Maester Wolkan to report to Citadel about new lordship, so Sam must have learned it from the record. I still don't think Jon will learn about his true parents in this season. So that's all. I'll talk more about the leaked scenes in my next video. Thanks for watching, like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe.